President Trump says there will be some changes coming in the Republican tax reform bill. Congress returns for its final session of the year with that item number 1 on the agenda. Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel brings us up to date tonight from Capitol Hill.
Key Republican members of the Senate Finance Committee started a critical week for tax reform at the White House.
There is growing momentum for this, and I am confident that we're going to get this done soon, get it to the president's desk.
President Trump sounded upbeat as well.
I think it's going to benefit everybody. It's going to mostly benefit people looking for jobs more than anything else because we're giving great incentives.
A positive development came from Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Quote, "I've fought for and received major changes for the better, and I plan to vote for this bill as it stands right now." Senator Paul also encouraged his Republican colleagues to get on board. Some senators to watch as GOP leaders work on getting 50 yes votes: Susan Collins, Bob Corker, Steve Daines, Jeff Flake, Ron Johnson, and John McCain. Republicans say there is pressure to deliver.
I can't imagine we're not going to support this at the end. As a whole and as the Senate, we have got to get this done for the nation.
We feel like all senators are looking to try to get to yes on the Republican side. We're obviously disappointed that we don't have Democrat members looking to provide tax relief for middle-income families and for corporate relief so we can bring jobs back into this country. That's probably our biggest obstacle.
Analysis from the Congressional Budget Office says the Senate plan would lead to, quote, an increase in the deficit of $1,414 billion over the next 10 years. The Senate budget allowed for $1.5 trillion, so there is some wiggle room for modifications. The CBO says the Senate plan would make lower-income Americans worse off, mainly because they would get less government assistance for health care.
Tax breaks for the wealthiest people in America and the biggest corporations. Meanwhile, the tax breaks for working families, half of them will see a tax increase, half a tax break. But the tax breaks for the wealthiest people are permanent.
Finance Chairman Orrin Hatch couldn't contain his irritation with Democrats.
I just hope that they will get off their duffs and start working with us rather than just voting in block against everything we try and come up with.
The next fight on the horizon is a government funding package due a week from Friday, and Democrats are already signaling they are prepared to play hardball. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said late today he wants to address children brought to this country illegally, children's health insurance, cost sharing for Obamacare premiums, additional hurricane funding, and a debt ceiling hike, or else. Brett?
Clock is ticking with few days left. Mike Emanuel live on the Hill. Mike, thanks.